Hi, JoJo Williams here, Ruby Director in Jeunesse Global and proud member of Team Takeover, TTO. I wanted to cut this quick training video to answer a couple of frequently asked questions that I've been asked in my career, especially when I'm working with coaching my team. One of the main questions that I get asked very often is, JoJo, how do you stay so committed? How do you stay motivated? How do you stay focused? Well, there's a part of motivation that comes from outside, and the majority of it comes from inside. What I mean by that is I get inspired daily. I'm always investing and learning. I'm plugging in. I'm listening to audios. I'm reading books. I'm paying attention to everything that the leaders in my company and other companies are teaching so that I can take and implement through duplication, teaching the same, right? And I can implement the actions that they tell me to take. One of the things that I learned early on in this industry is that you need to be highly coachable in order to succeed here. And that made a lot of sense to me because if I already knew everything to do to succeed, I'd already be where I wanted to be, right? So being able to trust and walk in faith and listen to the leaders that have gone where I'm headed to is just a great attribute to have, that being coachable. Another thing I understand and that I've learned in my career is that nothing happens overnight. This is a marathon, not a sprint. This is a journey. And by learning how to fall in love with the journey rather than staying attached to the outcome, learning how to get married to the process, it creates in us a sustainable path, I'm not attached to whether somebody tells me yes or no. What I'm attached to is getting out there and sharing my amazing products and opportunity with everybody that I can talk to. I'm not attached to whether they tell me yes or no. If they tell me no, I simply write their name down in a book and put a mark next to it because I know that for a lot of people, no means not yet. I'm also, if they tell me yes, then it's time to go and we work together. I have a belief in me that those who are meant to align with me will, and those who aren't won't at this time. But that doesn't mean that they won't later on down the line. Another question I get asked frequently is, JoJo, how do you deal with people leaving your team and still staying focused on your goals? Well, let me tell you, I'll be honest. I've been in the industry for a little over 4 years, and this is my third company. I've left teams too. I think at some point in our career, we come to an understanding and a learning that we have to stay committed to one path if we want to succeed. And then we really plant our flag and we make somewhere our home. And we grow loyal to our team and to our dreams and to our team's dreams. When people leave, honestly, it's fuel for me to succeed. If somebody leaves, I feel like I need to find 10 more to replace them. I bless their path and I continue focusing on those who are here, not worrying about those who have gone. Another question I get asked frequently is, JoJo, how do you just talk to people? Well, I talk to them like I'm talking to you right now, but it usually starts out as a conversation. I meet people every day, everywhere I go. I talk to people in public, I talk to people on the phone, I talk to people online. Talking to people really isn't so scary. What you're afraid of in the beginning isn't necessarily talking to people as much as it is talking to people about your business and being told no. I just start conversations with people about any and everything. Often it'll start with a compliment. If I see a woman with an amazing blouse, I tell her she has an amazing blouse. It's really easy to strike up conversations with people. If I reach out to friends that I haven't talked to in a long time, I find out how they're doing and ask them questions. When you're talking to people, they're going to talk back to you. If you're asking them questions about their lives, they're going to ask you questions about yours. And it's really easy when they ask you questions about yours to tell them what's going on with you and what you're doing. Are they necessarily going to want to jump right in and do it with you? Not all the time. Sometimes they do, and that's really fun. But you know what? They're going to start paying attention because you seem to be doing good and happy, and they want to see, is it going to work for me before they know if it's going to work for them? So I know that. So I have to show them that I'm sticking. I've got this down. Like I'm doing this. And as they watch, eventually they start getting curious if this can work for them too. That's just a couple things that I'm asked quite frequently and things that I've learned along my journey. You should absolutely join the Blab event that's going on tomorrow. It's posted on my page. Me and Brett and Giselle and Brent, we're going to do an amazing presentation talking about the biggest mistakes that we've made in our career to date. That ought to be a lot of fun. You guys have an amazing day. I love you all. Bye.